We're really going to focus on stretching and massaging the whole body. We're going to start with the top of the body, the head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to work our way down, and the goal of today really is to loosen up all of our tissue and our muscles so that we are ready to move and to take on the day. So our main instrument today is going to be the foam roller. I will walk us through as we do each exercise. As I mentioned before, you know your body best. So as we go through, if you need to take a break, feel free. If you need to put less pressure or more pressure, feel free to do that as well. Our bodies are never even the same day to day, so make sure that you're listening to how you're feeling this morning. We'll go ahead and get started. We're going to begin by taking the roller and putting it perpendicular on the mat. We're going to put the roller right beneath our shoulder blades. So our feet are going to be resting on the mat, knees up towards the ceiling, and the roller again right beneath those shoulder blades. In this position, bring your hands behind your head. I'm just going to do one so that I can still see you guys and you can see my face too. Our hips are going to be heavy, our knees are going to be up, and our feet are firmly planted on the floor. In this position, we're just going to start breathing. I want you to begin by taking an inhale and arching your back over the foam roller, feeling that expansion in the front of the ribs, and then exhale, curling up and starting to engage the abdominals just a little bit. Inhale, feel those hips heavy. Let the head be heavy as you come all the way back. And exhale, gently pull the ribs together. Inhale, coming back. And exhale. As you breathe, getting all of the air out of the lungs. Inhale, filling up the lungs with air from the bottom to the top. And exhale, expelling all of that air from the bottom to the top. A couple more here. Inhaling. And exhaling. And one more inhale. And exhale. This time I want you to take your body here. You're going to turn it just slightly, very slightly, towards the corner. So instead of being straight on, you're going to be towards the corner of the ceiling with your chest. In this position, you're just going to inhale, feel it more on your left shoulder blade, and then exhale, coming up and coming center. We're going to do the same thing, alternating to the right. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, feel that massage on your left shoulder blade, alternating sides. Exhale, curling up. Inhale, right shoulder blade. And exhale. And just a couple more here, really opening up those shoulder blades nice and gently. And two more, keeping the deep breath. And opening. And in this position, I'm going to drop my hand down again so that you can see me, but keep both of yours behind your head. I want you to take your body and curl it forward now, pressing your spine into the mat. And then inhale, bring it to a point where your head is in a straight line with your pelvis. When you're in this straight line position, I want you to put the weight onto your heels, lift your pelvis slightly, and just start rolling back and forth a little bit on the base of your shoulder blades, nice and gently. This is just the base of the shoulder blades. Perfect. Opening that up. And then if you feel comfortable, go a little inch higher so that you're going to be rolling on your shoulder blades, the bottom of those rhomboid muscles. Nice. And then if you want, go a little bit longer so that you go from the base of the shoulder blades down to the middle of the rib cage, just getting a nice and easy massage there. And then roll all the way until your neck is gently resting on the foam roller. Your body is going to be on the mat. Your feet are planted again, and your spine is planted again. In this position, I like to put my hands here on the outside of the foam roller so I have a little more control and I get a nice chest stretch. We're going to stretch the muscles of the neck, so what I want you to do here is take an inhale, exhale, and just tip your head over to the left side. You're going to inhale, bring the head center, exhale, tip it over to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale, left. So we're really massaging those muscles at the base of the cranium. Inhale, center, and exhale, right. These are the muscles that really cause what they call tech neck. So we're looking so much at our screens, even looking down at phones or books. And these are the muscles that get tight. So we're just going to do nice little side-to-side head movements here. Perfect. We're going to find our center, and then we're going to gently come up to a seated position. Let's continue opening up through the chest. So we've opened our back, allowing us to breathe better. We've stretched the muscles of the back of the spine, which lets us open our diaphragm and our lungs more when we take a breath. And now we're going to stretch the muscles right here, the pectorals and the top of the chest, which is where we carry so much of our stress. In the cold weather, those muscles come forward, and so we're going to take that and open it up today. So grab your roller, and this time take it and lay it in the same direction as the mat, right in the middle of your mat. Good. You're going to come and you're going to sit on the roller just like this. So the roller is going to be nice between your tailbone. Good. And then you're going to gently use your hands to walk yourself back on the roller until your head is on the roller as well. Your tailbone and your hips are still firmly planted, so if you need to scooch up or scooch down, you can. And your feet are going to come in and open beyond your hips. Now we're going to do that so that we don't have to worry about keeping the roller from tipping. So take your feet, instead of together or hip distance, open them a little wider. And then let your knees fall in so that you're creating a nice platform that looks just like this to really hold ourselves and to stay firm. The triangle is the strongest shape, so we're making that with our bodies so that we have a nice platform here. Now in this position, I want you to start by taking your hands and just opening them down beside you. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to continue our pattern of breathing, taking a big inhale breath and exhale. Inhale, in through the nose, exhale, out through the mouth. 2 more, in through the nose, and exhale out through the mouth. With every breath, feel like your spine is the hinge of a book and your ribs are opening on either side of the roller. So they're falling down, melting down towards the ground. I want you to take your hands here in your shoulders. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, keeping your hands on the floor. Exhale, push your shoulders away from your ears, down towards the mat. Send your fingertips towards your toes. Inhale up, shoulders to ears. Exhale, down towards the toes. Up, shoulders to ears, and exhale, down towards your toes. And up, shoulders to ears. Continuing this pattern on your own time, lifting shoulders to ears, and exhale down. 2 more, shoulders to ears, exhale exhale down, feeling your shoulder blades start to move up and down with the roller, or up and down along the sides of the roller. And last one, and down. Good. I want you to rest your elbows on the mat then. You're going to take your hands and you're going to bring them up and tap them on your shoulders and then bring them right back down to where they started. So our shoulders are going to stay open, elbows down, tap your hands to your shoulders, and then bring your hands right back down to where they started. And exhale, feeling the stretch as you do this in the front of your shoulders, below your clavicle and those pectoral muscles. And 4 more. 4, and down, and 3. Making sure not to grip with your glutes. Everything is really nice and relaxed except for what we're moving. And 1. Now leave your hands up by your shoulders this time. Take your hands and reach them all the way to the back of the room. Let them rest on the floor, and then pull them right back down to where we started, like this 1. Keep your hands skidding along the mat. Reach to the back of your room and bring them right back down. 2. And back. And down. Elbows. It's almost like the elbows are pulling in as far as they can towards the roller. And in. Good. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And down. Good. This time we're going to find cactus pose. So lift your elbows so that they're straight out from your shoulders. Your hands are still on the mat though, and so are your elbows. In this position, you should feel like you have the ability to stretch through your chest. Maybe your sinuses are opening a little bit here as well. And we're just going to hold here and breathe for 4. Inhale, big breath. Exhale out and feel your elbows maybe slide a little further out away from your center. Inhale in and exhale out, breathe. In and out. And in and out. Let's do 4 more breaths. I can feel that for us today. Inhale in and exhale out, letting your shoulders relax. Inhale in and exhale out, feeling like your sternum lifts up, becomes the highest point of the body. 2 more in and out. And last one in and out. Take your hands now, extend them so that they're straight out from your shoulders. What I want you to do here is pinch your shoulders in so it feels like you're pinching the roller between your shoulder blades. Exhale out and push your hands out to the sides of the room. Inhale in, pinch with your shoulder blades. And exhale out, hand sides of the room. It's a small movement. Inhale in, pinch with your shoulder blades. Exhale out, sides of the room. 2 more in, shoulder blades. And exhale out. And last one in, shoulder blades. And exhale out. Good. We're going to take the hands, last exercise here, bring them right up above the shoulders. We're going to take an inhale, lift them up to the sky, and then exhale, pull them down into the roller. Inhale, lift up to the sky. Exhale, pull down into the roller. Good. And up to the sky. and down into the roller, and up to the sky, and down into the roller. Good. And just a couple more here, up to the sky, and down into the roller, up to the sky, and into the roller. Good. Two more. And up to the sky, and down, and up to the sky, and down. Now I want you to take your hands, bring them back behind your head, and we're going to do full circles. Bring them down like you're making a snow angel, and up to the sky, opening up that rotator cuff. Inhale, hands back behind your head. Exhale, down, around, and lift back up to the sky. Nice. Inhale back, hands down, feeling that openness in your shoulders and your chest, that lack of tension there. Good. We're going to do 4 more this direction. And lift. And 3. Lift. And 2. And lift. Feeling that massage right between your shoulder blades. And lift. Good. We're going to do the same thing in the opposite direction. Bring the hands down to your sides. Reverse snow angel. And circle back up and around. And 8 here. We've got 7 more. And 6. And 5. And 4. You might feel a healthy crackle or pop. That's okay, especially in this direction. And lift. And 2. And lift. And 1. And lift. And bring your hands back where we started, down by your sides, palms up. Feel the difference in your body, the openness in your chest. The fact that perhaps your shoulders are more down towards the floor, and breathe here for 4. Inhale, inhale, active breath, and exhale out, engaging the abdominals, pushing all the air out of the lungs. Inhale, in, active breath, and exhale out, and 2 more in, and out, and last one in, and out. Gently roll to the side when you're ready, coming off of the foam roller. We're going to continue opening the chest, but on our stomach. So I want you to take the roller, again, put it perpendicular to the mat, so not parallel like this, but perpendicular like this. In this position, to get prepared, you're going to come onto your belly, and you're going to put your hands, I always like to start by putting my hands together underneath my nose, and then my elbows under my shoulders, feeling again like I've got a strong triangle here. In this position, we're going to start without the roller. I want you to keep your shoulders open, but sink your body down towards the floor, and then exhale, push up, feeling like you're stretching your spine. Inhale, sink down to the floor, your shoulders go up to your ears. Exhale, push shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, down. And exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Good. And 4 more, down. And shoulders away from the ears. And down. And away from the ears. Good. 2 more. And down. Away from the ears. And last one, down. And away from the ears. Good. We're going to take the hands, we're going to put the forearms now on the roller. So our weight's pressing down into the roller instead of the floor. I want you to inhale with your forearms, let the roller slide out away from you. Your head comes between your hands. And on the exhale, we're going to do the same thing that we just did, shoulders away from the ears, stretching the back. Inhale down, relax, and exhale up, feeling the openness of that snake position. Inhale down, and exhale up. Good, 4 more. And exhale up. And 3. And exhale up. And 2. And exhale up. Nice. This time while you're here, just take your head, send it side to side for a few, stretching that neck, and then bring your elbows back down. We're going to keep the roller here, but we are going to roll onto our sides. Now we're going to work the shoulder. We're going to really massage and stretch that bottom of the shoulder area, the lat, and a little bit of the serratus as well. Now this can be a little uncomfortable, so I'm going to say this is where it comes in, that it's up to you, kind of the weight that you use and if you need to take a break. It's a sensitive muscle on a bony area, so make sure that you're listening to your body. Take the roller, and to start, put it right beneath your shoulder. So we're almost doing that Cleopatra pose. So putting the roller beneath the shoulder, I want you to just feel, first of all, like you can rest onto it. So instead of being propped up like this, let your weight come down onto the roller. You should feel like your elbow is here a little bit for stability, but you can lift it up and that would be okay. In this position, we're just going to start rolling and lifting the elbow a little bit up and down on that side of the shoulder. Now you're going to find areas of tension, and I want you to breathe into those places. Good. And so maybe if you find an area that's particularly tight, you can hold there for a couple seconds before you resume the roll. Nice. And then take your body, let's all do this, and we're going to open a little bit back. So we're getting onto that meatier part of the muscle. Nice. And then what I like to do is kind of alternate. So rolling to the front, back where we started, and then rolling to the back. Breaking up the tension in that muscle and opening everything up. We're just going to be here for about 2 more rolls. Good. And then gently push yourself up. Take the roller and bring it to the other side. We're going to do the same thing. My favorite tagline, and I might copyright it, is that Pilates is nothing if not predictable. Once we do one side, we always do the other to be even. So again, finding yourself in that Cleopatra pose, hips are stacked, and then finding that position where the roller is underneath the shoulder. Here, you may need to adjust a little bit or shimmy. I do slightly in order to get the area where I'm most tight. Perfect. And in this position, you're going to lift the elbow, and with your hips and your feet, just gently start to roll back and forth. Again, if you feel an area that's particularly tight, maybe just hang out there for a couple seconds before you resume your roll. I really like to think of this, so when you think of the myofascial tissue that we're releasing here, it's all so tightly knitted together. I think of it like a cable knit sweater. And when we roll and when we breathe, it's almost like we pull apart the knitting there and we allow air to come in. So visualize that with your muscles, and then roll slightly to the back, chest slightly up towards the corner, getting the meaty part of the muscle again. Good. And then rolling forward, kind of our alternating, and back on that muscle. Forward and back. Good. Forward, back, forward, and back. Nice. I want you to sit up with me for a moment. It's hard to get gracefully up off the floor, I understand that. So forgive my lack of gracefulness too. But come to a seated position. Your legs can be out in front. They can be in a crossed position, up to you. But I want you to just breathe here for a moment. Take a big inhale breath and exhale out. Inhale and exhale, and feel the openness in your lungs and in your body since we started class. 2 more. Inhale in. Your ribs should feel freer. Exhale. We've opened the diaphragm, opened the chest, opened the back. So we have more space in our lungs. 1 more. Inhale and exhale out. Okay, so like I said, we're going to start with the top of the body. We did the neck, shoulders, chest, ribs. We're going to now start working on the hips. Forgive me, it's not as easy for me to face the camera during this one. So I'll be facing the side. We're going to take the roller, and I want you to put it about halfway back on your mat. You're going to need some extra room for your body. Again, it's going to be perpendicular to the mat. You're going to come onto your hands and knees and gently lower your hips onto the roller. Now you may need to move and slide from where you've originally been. You want your hip bones to be on top of the roller. When you're up like this, it's going to feel like they're pressing in, so gently lower yourself down and even lower yourself so that your head is on your hands. And then feel just that opening through your hips. Now it's a strange position. Make sure the roller isn't pressing on your belly, but it's far enough down that you're really feeling that opening through the hips and the hip bones. It's okay to shimmy and move if you need to. Good. And in this position, we're just going to breathe, inhale, and exhale for 4. Feeling those hip bones open over the roller. Inhale, and exhale. You might feel your upper body sliding out a little bit, that's okay. 2 more, inhale, and exhale. And last one, inhale, and exhale. Now gently here, I want you to slide forward, kind of like a snake. Your hands are going to come underneath your shoulders and your fingertips are going to be together. So we're making that triangle position we did earlier. The roller is going to be now on the top of your thighs instead of your hip bones. So it comes up to your hip bones as we roll, and then it comes to the top of your thighs. We're just going to do that area, not the whole thigh, top of the hip bones, and then middle of the thigh. Good. So I like to kind of use my toes as we do this. Of course, we're using the arms and the upper body as well, but feeling that opening through that anterior hip joint, through the hip flexors, through the quads. Nice. And I know I said we'd need a little room. I'm out of room, but I'm going to scooch forward just a little bit. You're going to go now to the middle of your quads. So not the bottom yet, but rolling the middle of your quads, about a 6-inch area back and forth. Whew. Again, this is we're right on that bone. We're right on the femur. So if you need to take a moment and kind of take a break, you can. Good. And then we're going to scooch forward just a little bit more and going into the bottom of the quads. Whew. You may find that you're more tight in one of those areas than another. That's okay. Good. And then gently push yourself back until your knees are on the floor and come back up to a seated position. We're going to work the glutes now and opening those up. So I want you to come onto a seated position on your roller. Your hip bones are going to be down into the roller and your feet are going to be out in front of you. My hips are heavy. I'm sitting high on my sits bones. That's the bony part of your derriere, as we called it back when I was in ballet. Here we're going to inhale, exhale, just slide forward, tucking your pelvis, sliding up your sacrum, and then coming back to that bony part of your derriere. Sliding forward, massaging the glutes and bony part of your derriere. And forward, massaging the glutes and derriere. 2 more. Forward and derriere. And last one, forward and derriere. Good. We're going to slide the feet closer to us now and bring those knees together. We're going to work one side now at a time. So what I want you to do is take your knees. We're going to start by tipping them to the right. In this position, you're going to slide forward just like you did before along your glutes, but then you're going to bring your knees back to center, push up back along your center line, and then tip your knees over again, back to center and up. So it's like we're making tiny circles with our knees and our bum. Good. Breaking up the tension in those tissues again. Nice. 2 more. And 1. Good. Same thing to the other side. Tip both knees over to the left and make that circle come back up your center line. Both knees to the left and up your center line. And both knees to the left and up your center line. Good. 4 more. 4. And lift. And 3. Lift. And 2. Lift. And 1. And lift. Good. Now we're going to come back to our right side. I want you to take your hand and put it down on the floor. You're going to take your knees and tip them over a little bit more to the side. So if we were at a gentle tip before, now we're almost halfway there, maybe a little bit more. And we're going to scoot down and up. So here we're massaging right beneath the hip bone on the back of the body. And down, good, and up, down. Nice, 2 more, down, and up, and last one, down, and up. Okay, so here's where it gets a little bit tricky. We're gonna work on the IT band, so come all the way to the side, but take the roller and slide it underneath the bony part of your hip. What I like to do here is cross my other leg in front, just like this. So right now, I'm on my right side. I'm taking my left leg and crossing my left leg in front. I have both hands on the floor to help me out and give me a little bit of pressure and a little bit of assistance as I roll. I'm going to put my weight onto the roller and I'm going to rub it back and forth on that IT band or the outside of my right leg. Good. Awesome. Whew. Good. Let's do 4 more. Feel free to adjust your hands as you need to as we do these exercises. 3. 2 and 1. Nice. Now push yourself again until your hips are on the roller, and I want you to come back up to a seated position, uncross your legs, and readjust. The right leg is still going to be out in front. The left knee is still bent in towards you. This time your hands are going to go behind you, and you're going to scooch forward until you get down to your quad. It's not super graceful to get into, but we're going to use our hands and our feet to roll us back and forth along the top of the quad or the back of the leg. Good. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Nice. And come all the way back If you're like me, your roller may have slid a little bit, so scooch it up and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna twist so that I can see you all. Good. So in this position, if you remember, we start sitting nice and even. Then we're going to tip over so that we're on our hip, but we're on the side. Our feet are still together, kind of in that mermaid pose, if you remember, from working on the reformer. Our hands are going to be supporting us. Here we're going to work the back of that hip, and we're going to slide up and down the glutes, massaging that insertion point of the gluteus maximus and the gluteus medius. Good. So it should feel like the place between the bones is how I always tell people to know when they're doing it correctly. You're not putting pressure on your hip bone or on your sacrum, but it's the place between the bones. Good. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Nice. Now we go down into that IT band. So roll all the way over on the side. Your hands, again, are out on one side of the roller. Your right leg this time is going to come forward and prop itself up, giving us a little bit of help. It's almost like you feel like a spider here. So that bottom leg, the left leg, is out straight. The right leg is over, and our hands are out on the side. We're going to then start rolling up and down that IT band. So lifting the bottom foot off of the floor or sliding it along the floor, whichever feels right to your body today. And again, if you find an area of tension, you can relax there for a moment. We're going to do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Nice. Again, coming up onto our roller, coming to that center position. I have to readjust a little bit. Our hands this time are back behind us. Our right foot is still up helping us. We're going to do the top of the quad. Again, apologize for my lack of gracefulness getting into this one too. It's a little bit tricky. You're going to roll back and forth along the top of that quad. Or the top of the hamstring. I'm so sorry, I said the quad, I think, on both sides. The top of that hamstring on the back of the leg. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Nice. So sit back this time, back behind your roller. Take the roller, scooch it out, and put it right underneath your knees. Good. And then take your knees and scooch them a little bit forward. So I always start by putting it right under my knees, and then I scooch my knees just a little bit forward so they're not directly on top, but they're right beyond the top of the roller. In this position, you're going to bring your hands back behind you again, palms of the hands flat on the floor. Bring your feet together, lift them up just like this. I like to flex my feet. It helps me to keep them up and engaged. Then you're going to lift your hips and roll back and forth on the backs of the legs. So this is getting to the bottom of the hamstrings. Good. And you might want to experiment if you take your feet and turn them out, or if you keep them in, getting the outside of the legs versus right on the back of the legs. 2 more. And last one. Good. Rest your derriere down again. Take the roller, we're going to bring it right to the back of the calf. We're going to take our leg, so let's put our left leg on the roller. We're going to flex that left foot. We're going to scooch the roller out so it's right on the back of that left calf. And the right foot is going to go flat on the floor on the side of the roller towards us. So it's not away over here, but it's on the side of the roller towards us. We're going to take our hands again. They're going to give us a little support and just bend and straighten that left leg, getting a little bit of a roll through the back of those calves. And if you want, you can lift your hips up as you bend and straighten, moving with that a little bit to put a little extra pressure on that soleus and the gastrocnemius. 2 more. And 1. And down. Nice. Same thing other side. So taking that left foot, bending it in towards your glute. Right foot comes right on the top so that the meaty part of the back of the calf is on top of the roller. Hands behind you, and just bend and straighten the right leg. And if you want, you can lift your hips up and move just a little bit with it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now take both feet, put them on top of the roller, and just take a stretch now over the roller. So the roller shouldn't be behind your knees. You shouldn't be able to rest your feet super easily. It should feel like the roller is supporting the back of your calf while you stretch. And you should feel that in the back of your knee and your hamstring. We're going to take the roller, slide it out from between the knees, set it to the side, extend both feet forward, and take a stretch here. Breathing in and out. 2 more in and out. Good. Take the feet and open them up, out towards the side. Walk your hands down your mat, finding that triangle position if you can, elbows on the ground, hands right in front of your nose, and stretching here. Bring your feet together. Take your derriere and you're going to scooch it down on your mat so you've got room to lay back. We're going to bring our hands to the top of our knees, sitting big on our sits bones. Inhale here and exhale out, tilting the pelvis back and walking our hands down our legs to lay all the way back down on the mat. Our head is going to be long and we're going to scoot our feet up again so that they're close to our derriere. Walk them out so that they're outside of our hips and let the knees come together so that we're not actively sending energy through them to keep them in place. I want you to take your hands here, bring them right up above your shoulders. We're going to bring them together just like this. Inhale, reach them up to the sky. Exhale, pull your shoulders down. Inhale, lift. We're going to have a meditative moment. So every exhale, feel like you clear your brain and create space. Inhale 2 more, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And let your hands, if you're able, fall open beside you on the mat. And just continue that breathing. Inhale in, and exhale out. Inhale in, and exhale out. As you do, feel like the tension leaves your body. Inhale in, feel like your bones and your muscles get heavy. Inhale in, and exhale out. Inhale in, and exhale out. Feel like your fingertips droop down towards the floor. Feel like the rest of you is laying on a cloud. And as you continue breathing here, you're getting that good oxygen coming in through the nose and out through the mouth as your bones sink through the cloud, weightless, open, relaxed. Let your mind just go to your breathing, focusing on that inhale and exhale. exhale out until that's all you're conscious of. Breathing in and exhaling out, feeling that air move through your body, oxygenating every part. One more in. Exhale out. Gently waking up your body, starting to do little turns with your wrists, wiggling your toes. Maybe starting to bend your arms, almost like you're flapping your arms here, bending them in towards you. Your knees can open in and out, rejuvenating the body. And when you're ready, roll onto your side, gently push yourself up, and come to a seated position with me. Alrighty, let's take 2 breaths here, inhaling in, exhale out, and one more in and out. Ladies, we've sent that oxygen through the body. We've opened up the tissues. We are breathing better. We are having clearer minds, and we are ready to take on the day. I love it. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. This has been wonderful. I hope to see you all again very soon.